homeless woman hacked and stabbed a homeless shelter coordinator to death because she didn't like her. On Monday the 3rd of April, Zaina Mavish Jameh, a 38-year-old resident of Morningside House Shelter in Brattleboro, Vermont, called Lee Rosen Pritchard, a 36-year-old social worker, into the living room to talk. A scream was heard inside the facility before workers saw a woman attack Leah, and 911 was contacted. When police arrived, they found Lee dead on the kitchen floor with severe face, neck and torso wounds, and Zaina was spotted in a nearby room, wiping blood off her hands with a paper towel. She was taken into custody without incident. Officers reviewed security footage where Zaina and Lee were out of camera view, where they heard a short muffled conversation before thudding and screaming started. The two women entered view of the camera, which showed Zaina attacking Lee with a small axe that she bought from a hardware store over the weekend. Leah suffered significant trauma that made her unrecognizable, a witness said. After attacking Leah, Zaina turned her attention to another employee and said, "I like you. It's Leah I don't like." Zaina then grabbed a knife from the sink and stabbed Leah while she was laying there on the ground, and then went back to using the axe. The following day, Zaina was arraigned for first-degree murder at the Windham County Superior Court. She pleaded not guilty and was ordered held without bail. The judge also requested Zaina undergo a mental health evaluation after a public defender said her client had significant mental health issues. The investigation into the matter continues. A 19-year-old man is behind bars and is accused of beating his 2-month-old son after pulling his nose ring and being loud while he suffered a migraine. Aaron Evans of Avon, Indiana has been charged with 1 count of battery resulting in serious bodily injury and 1 count of neglect of a dependent resulting in serious injury. Authorities began investigating reports of possible child abuse after the infant was brought to the Avon Hospital on the morning of Monday the 3rd of April in a serious condition. The baby had several bruises on his body and a healing cut on top of his head, indicating that the boy had incurred the injury days before he was brought in. After being transferred to the Raleigh Children's Hospital for more specialised care, doctors informed police that the baby had rib fractures, fractures in both his legs, a brain bleed and multiple contusions. Doctors also found signs that the child suffered previous brain bleeds as well. The injuries were determined to be a result of physical abuse, and none were found to be medical or accidental. Police spoke to the child's mother along with a roommate who lived in the same house as the couple. The roommate and the child's mother said Aaron had anger issues and would easily get frustrated with the baby. Police ended up speaking to Aaron, who reportedly admitted to having major anger issues. Police said Aaron eventually confessed to punching his son in the legs on several occasions and dropping him into a car seat harder than he should have. He also said that he once intentionally dropped the child from his arms to the floor. When asked why he would abuse the child, Aaron said that he had a migraine and wanted the baby to be quiet. He also said he was angry at the 2-month-old for pulling on his nose ring, and he wanted to inflict pain back on the infant. Following the interview, Aaron was arrested and transported to the Hendricks County Jail. If convicted, Aaron faces between 3 and 16 years in prison. Authorities are searching for a suspect who fatally shot a man inside a Harlem, New York smoke shop on Sunday night. The incident occurred at 7:48 p.m. on the 9th of April at the store located at 304 Malcolm X Boulevard. When police arrived at the scene, they found an unresponsive 36-year-old man laying on the floor with a gunshot wound to his back and head. He was transported to the New York City Health and Hospitals Harlem, where he was pronounced dead. Authorities said the suspect and the 36-year-old were involved in a dispute moments before the shooting. Surveillance footage shows the gunman and the victim talking for several seconds as other men stand around. The victim turns around from the counter and appears to start leaving the store, but as he's walking out, the suspect pulled a gun out of his pocket and fired, striking the victim in the head. The victim fell to the ground and was initially moving and appeared to try to get himself up before the shooter fired another round into the man's back. The suspect then casually leaves the store. No arrests have been made, and the victim's name has not been released to date. The investigation into the matter continues.